What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we're going to be discussing Smash Ultimate's Online once again, but guess what guys, this time it's going to be talked about in a positive note. Before we hop into everything, did you know about 84% of you guys that watch the videos are not subbed? If you keep on coming back, why not hit the sub button? Doesn't hurt. But anyways, with that out of the way, we're going to talk about Smash Ultimate's Online once again. And if you're new here and don't really know what's going on or understand that well, check out my first video, why Ultimate Online is terrible and how it can be fixed. I made that video essay about a couple months ago and it actually did well, and I think it helped push the Fix Ultimate Online movement a little bit, even though of course I wasn't the only one doing this. This was a movement. Everyone who cares enough were the ones doing this. And shout out to the Beefy Smash dudes, by the way, that featured a clip from that video in their video. So shout outs to them. So I won't say this video is a 100% follow-up video because we're not at the point yet where I feel like I can make that video essay. But first, we're going to talk about why we're even here. Why are we here? Smash Ultimate just got a new update, and people are calling this the Small Battlefield update. Small Battlefield is a brand new stage that they added, and it only has two platforms similar to Pokemon Stadium 2. And this actually ties into Nintendo's listening to us, because if you look on Twitter, Sakurai actually mentions that they made this stage based off of the competitive field, and that's very, very interesting, because Sakurai says only a few stages get used and only a few selections of music is really heard when it comes to the competitive scene. So they created Small Battlefield, which is basically like PS2 or Pokemon Stadium 2. And now they also made it to where almost any music selection can be played on the stage. And this, if this doesn't get used by the competitive scene, it's going to be very, very disappointing that, you know, Sakurai can't just give us something that we actually want to use. And I actually live streamed this experience testing out the new patch, and I'd say Small Battlefield's pretty fun. I mean, of course, there's technical work that needs to be checked out about it, but for the most part, it seems viable enough to me. And I would be kind of disappointed if we don't end up using it in the competitive scene, because this is one of those rare things where Sakurai's like, you know what, I notice you guys. I'm going to make something for you guys because I want more stuff to be shown off for my game. And I think he's warming up to that idea. So that was a cool little thing, but that is not the main reason why we're here today. The biggest thing we're going to be talking about is the online in this video, because obviously, like I mentioned, this is a follow-up to the Smash Online video. The online user experience has been adjusted. It has been a long time since we've seen a significant change to online in Smash Ultimate. I think hashtag Fix Ultimate Online actually started working, because like I was saying in a lot of my previous videos, there's no way Nintendo has not seen this. They literally watch. They watch. People don't realize, but they watch. And even if it's just Nintendo America who doesn't make the games, they watch and they report things to the other side of the company. They do that, trust me. So I think Fix Ultimate Online made an impact, and you'll see in a minute why I think it made a big impact. And the other thing they did is the way matchmaking is determined when using preferred rules has been adjusted. Sakurai actually explained this one on Twitter himself. He was saying that one-on-one matches will pretty much work better. It'll be way easier to find one-on-one matches, even more than it already is, because they did make it better in the past, but it was still possible to get some random items match or whatever. But they made that part better, which is good. And then another thing is they made Elite Smash a little easier to get into, and I don't really care for that change that much, because I think the way Elite Smash and Global Smash Power works as a whole is just still not the greatest. But these last two are the best parts. Further investigations and adjustments to online mode are expected. My friend pointed out to me it could just be a thing they put in these patches where there's online. I checked through every single patch in Ultimate, and this has never been said before. They have never said they're going to continue to improve the online or anything like that, or they're going to look into it more. It has never been said before, and that's the part we all need to get hype about. And honestly, if we start hashtag Fix Ultimate Online up again, it could just push these results even further, because maybe they'll think maybe this wasn't enough, maybe we can do more. And yes, there is stuff going on in the world right now. but they're still able to make content at least, which is good. They're able to remotely work from home, and obviously it's proven with this patch. And the last part is several issues have been fixed to improve the gameplay experience. Now, this may not be true, but I'm not the only one who feels this way or thinks this. It feels like the native input delay of Ultimate has been cut down a little bit. Offline feels slightly different, and now that also affects online as well, because you're going to have less delay because there's less native delay. And there was other players who thought this, like a player in the competitive scene, Mr. E, also felt this as well, but you know, he thought it could have been a placebo effect, and I was thinking that too. But there's a lot of people feeling that way, surprisingly. Even some of my friends who don't really care about Smash as much as they used to anymore were trying it out, and we're like, yeah, it does feel a little bit different actually. And I think some of the input delay may have been cut down, and that's great. More of it needs to be cut down, because the more that's cut down, the better the game feels. And if it's actually true, then we're not just all going crazy, then that's amazing. Then they're really starting to listen then, because that is a very specific complaint. Or they could have came up with this on their own and was like, maybe if we find a way to reduce the native input delay, we can make online feel better, or something like that. So either way, that's pretty interesting, and I will be happy to see more of that cut down and more improvements made to the way that the game feels, because that's the most important part of an action game, fighting game, any type of game that requires precise inputs and, you know, game knowledge that uses those precise inputs at right timings. And for the Ultimate community, I think this is a really big W. And I say this because we know that there's more changes coming to this system. And some things I'd like to see, some changes to battle arenas, like getting in line where you don't get kicked out for trying to change your character and music, and more delay decreased. I think Global Smash Power and Elite Smash and Preferred Rules should just all not exist in the first place, but they're getting better apparently, so that's great. But the last thing I would truly want for this game is rollback netcode and decreased input delay, and boom, there you go. One of the most best feeling Smash games of all time. And I think it's not that crazy of an ask. It isn't that crazy. If you guys didn't know, there was a fighting game summit basically where there was a bunch of developers from Capcom, SNK, Arc System Works, Koei, Tecmo, all these different people coming together, all these fighting game developers all came together to discuss the future of fighting games and stuff like that. And Harada, who is the lead developer of Tekken, the Tekken series, the same team that works on Tekken 7 is the same team that works on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And Tekken is getting upgrades to its online play, because Tekken has a similar problem to Smash Ultimate where the online is kind of bad, but not for the same exact reasons. And they're getting an upgraded online update, and they're even working on rollback netcode for Tekken, and that is amazing. If that team learns how to do something like rollback netcode, it can be done for Smash. A lot of things that I've read require games to have like replay states where it replays out the inputs, and that's basically a foundation for rollback netcode. Smash has that. It has a replay function where it replays the inputs in a match perfectly. And truthfully, something like that would take them some time, but if it happens, it happens. I think we would all appreciate it, and there would be almost minimal complaining, and we would complain about the game itself more rather than the online. Ultimate to me is a game that's in chains that it doesn't deserve to be in chains. It's held back by really simple things that should not be holding it back, and I just love to see these improvements happen, and I'm glad that they're starting to happen after us, you know, finally speaking about it. Because a lot of us play this game all the time. I play this game, I make content on this game. This is what I do. This is how I entertain people. So anyways, that's going to be today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe if you really did enjoy it. And make sure to hit the like button if you agree. And if you disagree, let me know in the comments below. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next one. And I don't know why I said disagree. There's not much to disagree about. Everyone wins. Online's better. Bye.